G'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, so after this recent shooting in Moncton, a lot of people on our state-run media here in Canada. We really only have one publicly funded. They're all umbrellas of the CBC, right? Uh, of course, all the anti-gun stuff comes up. Oh, people are with guns. Oh, geez, you never know. They're all kind of scary. They all kind of have this right-wing ideology. They all this, not necessarily. Probably I would say most gun owners in Canada are left-wing, and reason being is Canada's even though we have a conservative government, they're more socialist fascist, but they're very we're very like center. You know what I mean? So most people here are very left wing, and just some of them happen to be pro gun. Okay, so it's really not a left or right issue in Canada as much. Although a lot of gun owners in Canada are right wing, uh, the the difference between like Canadian gun owners and American gun owners really isn't all that much. The only difference is that in the states they have the Second Amendment and we don't. But most gun owners, regardless of what side of the fence they're on, they typically do understand that it's not the gun or an inanimate object that makes people do bad things. Therefore, we also understand, statistically speaking, as tragic as of loss of life that the Moncton shooting was, that you know the means doesn't really matter as much for gun owners, whether people were shot or stabbed or run over or thrown into a wood chipper. We don't care. We're more concerned with the idea of, well, why are these people getting murdered? You know what I mean? We don't care how they get murdered. Whereas when it comes to anti-gun, yes, it is more left-wing people that are anti-gun. Um, in general. It's just Canada. We're kind of a bit of a unique kind of gun culture that we do have. Hunting, fishing, trapping is kind of a big part of our heritage, and there's a lot of people out there that would like to erase that, but that's what our heritage is, right? And again, like I say, a lot of a lot of our gun owners do have socialistic ideas. A lot of them are right wing as well, but almost none of the gun control comes from the right side of the fence. Just because the people on the right side of the fence typically, again, can't legislate crazy, and criminal is an occupation. They understand that, and when the bad guy shows up, you can only deal with them. There's no such thing as preventing. You can only deal with them. So, should you fear these people? No, because statistically they're an anomaly. Now, after the Polytechnique shooting, okay, we brought in gun control overnight. Okay, now the big thing that's kind of going on now there's a lot of gun battles, so to speak, going on in Canada for our gun rights. The RCMP is trying to ban a lot of our guns, and a lot of people in Canada do not know that we have very few firearms that we can actually buy in the semi-automatic, non-restricted category. There's very few. We could, a handful of them. You know what I mean? Most rifles in Canada are prohibited, but yet, people will focus on, this or that. But the other thing is, after the Polytechnique, we brought in all kinds of gun control, and then we had the Dawson College shooting, and there's been other shootings since. There was that one in Toronto where 23 people were shot when, I guess, two gang members started shooting at each other. Going after the guns is not the issue. The issue is usually gang related. It's usually mental health issues and stuff like that. Now, why shouldn't you fear gun owners in Canada? Well, the number one reason is that we are 3 times less likely to commit a crime, statistically, about 0.6% per 100,000 people versus 1.8 of a non-illegal gun owner, and police officers are about half of that. So we're more law-abiding statistically than police officers, and also these madmen are extreme anomalies. They're very rare, which is good. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Rate, subscribe, share, comment, and like.